Okay, so next half an hour, 45 minutes, let us spend for Krishna. Entire week, 24 hours, 7 days, we spend for ourselves. At least weekly once, evening, 45 minutes to 1 hour, can we spend for Krishna? Mataji, can we that rattle? वो थोड़ा उनसे हाथ से लीजिए ना. हाँ, thank you. Okay, so we are going to read from the second chapter, 40th verse. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Neha Vikrama Naso Asti Pratyavayo Na Vidyate Swalpam Api Asya Dharmasya त्रायते महतो भयात् नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पम् अपि अस्य धर्मस्य त्रयते महतो भयात्. प्रभु जी, विक्रमनाशोऽस्ति विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. माताजी, नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमपि यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. वर्ड बाय वर्ड ट्रांसलेशन, जो एक एक शब्द के लिए जो हिंदी है थोड़ा माफ कीजिएगा, बिकॉज द परपोर्ट विल बी इन इंग्लिश ओनली. ठीक है, आप अगले अगले हफ्ते से हिंदी का भगवत गीता लेके आइए अपने साथ. जो स्पीकर इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं आप हिंदी में पढ़ लीजिए, क्योंकि दोनों अनुवादन करना बहुत मुश्किल है. और प्रभुपाद का जो इंग्लिश है उसको हिंदी में अनुवाद करना नामुमकिन है, क्योंकि उतना इंग्लिश उतना स्टैंडर्ड्स है. ओके, इसलिए आप अपना भगवत गीता लेके आइए वर्ड बाय वर्ड. ना, देर इज नॉट इहा इन दिस योगा अभिक्रमा in endeavoring, nasaha loss, asti there is, pratyavaya diminution, na never, vidyate there is, su alpam a little, api although, asya of this, dharmasya occupation, prayate releases, mahata from very great, bhaya danger. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Purport. Activity in Krishna consciousness or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed, otherwise, the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss, even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness bears permanent results, so that the next beginning is from the point of 2%. Whereas in material activity, without 100% success, there is no profit. Ajamila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result he enjoyed at the end was 100% by the grace of the Lord. There is a nice verse in this connection in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.17. Tattva sa dharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajan apakota patet tato yadi yatra kwa bhadram ahud amushyakim ko varta apto bhajatam swa dharmataha. If someone gives up his occupational duties and works in Krishna consciousness and then falls down on account of not completing this work, what loss is there on his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? As a Christian says, what profiteth a man if he gain the whole world yet suffer the loss of his eternal soul? Material activities and their results end with the body, but work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of great culture Brahmanas or in a rich aristocratic family that will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of work done in Krishna consciousness. Now, I have to discuss the next shloka as well. If time permits, we'll go through the purport. Otherwise, I'll discuss it. Please, homework, finish the purport. That purport is very heavy. Okay. Let us invoke the blessings of the Acharyas. Please pray to your spiritual masters and Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Shakshuvunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanisaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patinadam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Satya Deshadarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Hare Please pray so that we discuss something that benefits you and me, right? And please pray I don't make any offenses. Okay. Thank you. All right. So anybody remember what was taken in the last class? I know last class was Ram Navami and Mahanand Prabhu had come, right? Before that, anybody remember any smart students here? जिनको याद है क्या चर्चा किए थे 2 हफ्ता पहले? रामायण नहीं, उससे पहले 2.39, 2.38 किसी को याद है? यस. सो अभी क्या हो रहा है, थोड़ा झलक दिखाएंगे. झलक मतलब क्या बोलते हैं उसको? प्रीवियस, अभी तक सिनॉप्सिस, रिकैप. हाँ, हिंदी में बोला तो कोई नहीं आता. हाँ, इंग्लिश में बोलना पड़ता है. ठीक है, इंग्लिश में बोल, क्यों हिंदी में बोल रहा है ना? ओके. सो नहीं नहीं नहीं, I'm fine, I'm fine. Swastika. Okay. So far what happened was we are in the great battle of Mahabharata, which is a Dharma Yuddha. Okay. Arjuna is a expert warrior. Okay. Expert warrior. And what happened? Krishna graciously, being his close friend, accepted to be his charioteer. कृष्ण परमात्मा जो सबसे मूल भगवान है, सबसे सुप्रीम पर्सनल गॉड है, वो अपने भक्त के लिए गाड़ी चलाना, ड्राइवर का काम लिए. ड्राइवर का काम लिया है। कोई समझ सकते हैं? सबसे बड़ा ठाकुर जी ड्राइवर बन गए, इसलिए भगवान को भक्त वत्सल बोलते हैं। ओके, सो कृष्णा बिकेम द चैरिटर। फिर अर्जुना आए पूरा सजा के, पूरा फुल मैचो बन के, पूरा धनुष वगैरह फुल लेके आए। फिर क्या हुआ? रथ के ऊपर बैठे, ही स्टूड ऑन द चैरियट। कृष्ण परमात्मा बोले, अरे गाड़ी आगे लो, थोड़ा देखते हैं कौन कौन आया। राइट, ही सेड गो इन फ्रंट, सेन और मध्य उभे, ही सेज गो एंड स्टैंड देयर। जाके देखे क्या हो गया उनका। बिल्डिंग स्ट्रांग है लेकिन बेसमेंट वीक, पूरा हिल गया। क्या क्यों हुआ? अपने, he saw his own grandfather, his own guru, his own cousins, everybody standing against him to fight him. Right? तो क्या हो गया? He got anxiety, panic. Right? Those on IT will know. Amazon is planning to lay off 12,000 people. You just read this news. Next 1 week, you won't be able to sleep. You'll postpone all your purchase. Lay off हो रहा है. This is called anxiety. The difference between anxiety and worry, anybody know? Worry is when you are thinking about the current problem. Anxiety means you imagine a problem and think about it. Anxiety never happens on current problem. You, yes. So now Arjuna gives a lot of reasons. What? Hey, how will I fight? All the ladies will become widows. How can I kill my own kith and kin? Will the sin not affect me? Who will I show after I winning? All this first chapter end, Arjuna gives a list of reasons not to fight. Then the second chapter, 11th shloka, Krishna says, Asochayam Annasocham. You're talking like a great pandit, but idiot, you don't understand. He literally chastises him. Because friend, right? Says, what the hell are you talking, man? And Arjuna, in the state he was, right? When you're worried, when everybody says something, you feels good for you. But Arjuna knew Krishna really wants his benefit. So Krishna, Arjuna says, what does he say? 2.14 Karpanya dosho bhata swabhava Shishyasteham. He says, I am your disciple. Please instruct me what I should do. So, how many of us do this? This is the most important part. First, to surrender to Krishna. We'll talk about it in the next shloka. First, you have to surrender and then you do this. Okay, now this happened. Now that he surrendered, Krishna starts his Upadesha. Right? Right? Krishna, this is called Gita Upadesha. Upadesha means, in English, it can broadly be translated as advice, but it's not advice. Yeah, a combination of both, right? First thing he brings him to solace, don't worry, right? First, then Krishna talks about the science of the soul. Hey, who are you going to kill, man? Then he talks about the soul. What does he say? He says, Na mriyate na jayate kadachin. It does not die. It has never had a past. It doesn't have a future. First, then he says, Vasansi jirnani. Right? When the body deteriorates, the soul jumps onto a new body. Transmigration. I was there. I discussed this with you, right? How the soul jumps from body to body, right? Then the third shloka he says, Nayanam chindanti shastrani, nayanam dahati pavaka. It cannot be cut, it cannot be destroyed. So what you are killing is just this body. Anyways, body is use and throw. Right? This plastic cup you see, no? Like this is what your body is. Right? You drink it, crush it, that's it. Then you get a new body. So this is the science of transmigration. So far so good. So this is the recap so far. Okay. Come थोड़ा पीछे रहो. हाँ, that's good. हाँ, हरे कृष्णा. Okay. तो अभी तक समझ में आया? सॉरी, मैं बहुत देर से इंग्लिश में बात कर रहा था. मेरे को क्या भाषा में बात कर रहा हूँ मुझे समझ नहीं आता. यस प्रभु, हरे कृष्ण. नहीं नहीं, ठीक है, सब ठीक है. अभी सुनाई दे रहा ना? बस नहीं है. हाँ, ओके. So now this is where we are right now. So now Krishna tells him, listen, please listen here. Krishna tells him, it is your duty to fight. You are a Kshatriya. It is your dharma. Correct? Everybody has a dharma. So your dharma as a Kshatriya is to fight. If you don't fight, you will incur sin. क्षत्रिय का युग धर्म होता है लड़ना. किसके साथ लड़ना? मतलब देश कब्जा करने के लिए लड़ाई नहीं करना, धर्म के लिए लड़ना. धर्म के लिए लड़ना क्षत्रिय का कर्तव्य होता है. जो कर्तव्य नहीं करते उनको पाप मिलेगा. तो आपका कर्तव्य है धर्म पे लड़ाई करना. एक दूसरा क्या है? मैं कृष्णा हूं, मैं जो बोल रहा हूं वही धर्म बनेगा. सो लिसन टू माई इंस्ट्रक्शंस. सो समझ में आया अर्जुन? अभी ये लड़ाई अपना धर्म, हर रोज वी आर ऑल फाइटिंग ऑन बैटल. हाँ, सभी का लड़ाई है, किसी का नहीं है. ऑल ऑफ अस आर फाइटिंग अ बैटल. करेक्ट? करेक्ट? यस. With everybody, with ourselves, bus conductor, auto driver, everybody, we are doing ladai. Correct? Spouse. That is main fight, huh? Okay. Are you going to solve a solution for that? Yes. Let us talk about it. We have to do our dharma, right? For example, fire should be hot. Good should be sweet. हाँ, गुड़ है ना, मीठा रहनी चाहिए. ये उनका धर्म है. तो स्त्री धर्म क्या होता है? द जीवात्मा, हम जीवात्मा है ये मनुष्य शरीर में. हमारा धर्म, पहला धर्म क्या है? हाँ? सेवा करना. लॉर्ड सेकेंडरी. हमारा धर्म है सेवा करना. Imagine I give you crores of rupees, but you have to stay alone in a bungalow in an island. Everything will reach you on time, but you cannot interact with anybody. Will you be able to live? Crores of rupees I'm giving you. You have to live on an island. Food will come to you, right, on time. You don't have to worry about anything. For the next 40 years, you have to live like this. Can you live? Why? We are all fighting for money. I'm telling you, I'm giving you money. What else do you need? If we don't serve, we cannot exist. That is our dharma. The tendency of the Jivatma is to do seva. You see a small baby girl, she'll take a small doll and, oh, beta. देखा है? किसने सिखाया उसको? This is why we form relationships, मम्मी पापा बीवी बहन. क्योंकि हमारा धर्म है सेवा करना. इसलिए सेवा में जो आनंद मिलता है किसी और में नहीं मिलता. इसलिए हम शादी करते हैं, सेवा करते हैं, हम सेवा लेते हैं. और कोई नहीं है तो पप्पी डॉग लेते हैं हम. बिकॉज वी वांट टू सर्व. यू थिंक द डॉग इज सर्विंग यू, बट यू आर सर्विंग द डॉग. देखो सुबह सुबह है ना, वो उसका रस्सी लगा के पीछे पीछे जाता है. कौन मालिक कौन कुत्ता पता नहीं पड़ता. Our tendency is to serve. So now Arjuna is serving Lord Krishna by following the footsteps of the Dharma Yuddha to kill the Adharma. Right? Now do we get it so far? हाँ, अभी तक recap हो गई. अभी युद्ध करना है. I want to fight. Correct? Till 2.37 he says this. 2.38, 39 he says, not only I will tell you to fight, but I will also tell you how to fight. How to fight मतलब he knows how to do the धनुष तलवार वो सब जानते हो. लेकिन मन में कैसा, how to have a mindset to wage the war. For example, Prabhuji is going to office tomorrow. What should be his mindset? Prabhuji, what will be your mindset when you go to office tomorrow? I want to become the VP. Huh? I want to become the next big startup. I want to earn millions of dollars. I want my name on the Forbes magazine. I want the President Award. Is that our attitude? Krishna says that attitude is wrong. So the attitude which Krishna teaches is called Buddhi Yoga. Everybody repeat. Buddhi Yoga. The Vaishnava Acharyas call it Bhakti Yoga. Repeat. Bhakti Yoga. क्या प्रभु? योगा सुना है हमने, right? We know what is yoga, right? Yoga means there's a lot of music and then you put a mat, right? And then you do yoga. Is that yoga? Surya Namaskar, is that yoga? What is yoga? Anybody?
योगा मतलब जोड़ना, तो
Huh?
कनेक्शन जोड़ना कुछ
Ah,
बुद्धि है।
yoga means a process to connect with Krishna. That is called yoga, right? What you see here is asana. Asana is just of one limb of yoga. There are 8 limbs. You'll see in the 6th chapter, right? What is Ashtanga yoga? What is asana and all that. Okay? How to do this yoga? What are the benefits of this yoga? That's what is today's discussion. Sorry, the introduction took a longer, but since you are coming from Ramanami, right? So I thought I'll bring you back to Bhagavad Gita. What is this yoga? Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. That is what this yoga is. So tomorrow you go to office not to become the next vice president. You go to office because you want to do it as a service to Krishna. Everything you do it as an offering to the Lord. This is what Krishna says, this process of Buddhi Yoga. Do your best. Leave the result to me. So many shlokas here. Right? Karmaneva adhikaraste. There are so many shlokas which says this thing. But this shloka 2.39, it says that, let us try and see, right? 2.39.
No.
Yeah, 2.39. So 2.38, let's see. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. By doing so, you shall never incur sin. कोई इसको हिंदी में अनुवाद कर सकते हैं जो इंग्लिश और हिंदी जानते हैं? मुझे आई डोंट वांट टू ट्राई टू ट्रांसलेट इट टू हिंदी. एनी हिंदी एक्सपर्ट्स हियर? पंडित्स? हाँ, शास्त्रीय हिंदी कोई बिना उर्दू कोई बोल सकते हैं हिंदी? नहीं? ओके. जो लड़ाई करना है उसका फल क्या है? उसका चिंता के बिना लड़ाई करो. मैं आज लड़ रहा हूं ताकि मैं विजय प्राप्त करूं, ये आप सोच छोड़ दो. आपका कर्तव्य है लड़ाई करना. फल में क्या होगा आपका चिंता नहीं है. वो मेरे हिसाब से मैं आपको देख के आप वो फल प्राप्ति करने का लायक है तो मैं दूंगा. आपका कर्मा में वो फल लिखा नहीं तो आप जितना भी आप मेहनती करोगे मैं नहीं दूंगा. लेकिन आपको लड़ाई करना ही पड़ेगा. ये आपका कर्तव्य है. वॉज इट ओके? मैं हिंदी ठीक है. चलो. यू हैव टू फाइट because it is your duty, not because you are tied to the result, not because you are expecting something, not because it will give you any happiness. You have to be very, 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 very detached from the result. Today, so many people we hear, right? Hey, why don't you do this? Oh, I usually don't like it. Haven't you heard this? Right? People are so tied to their preferences, their likes and dislikes. नहीं करना है मुझे. प्रभु 4 बजे उठ के हरे कृष्ण जप करो. प्रभु मुझे सुबह उठना अच्छा नहीं लगता. प्रभु रात को बोलो क्या वो करना है बोलो मैं करूंगा लेकिन सुबह नहीं उठ पाता. वो प्रभु जी मुझे बिना प्याज प्रसाद पसंद नहीं है प्रभु. वो प्याज है ना बहुत अच्छा लगता है हमको. People have so many preferences. Oh, I don't like this place. I don't like this shop. I don't like that person. I don't like that language. I don't do this. I don't do that. Everybody is worried about their happiness, their comfort. They do all sorts of stuff without understanding if it is your duty, you have to do it. So many mothers here. How many times you have woken up in the night to feed your baby? Did you like waking up? Because it is your duty to feed the baby, your comfort becomes secondary. right? Late night calls, 11:30, 10:30, New Zealand time zone, in Japan time, something. Prabhuji is attending those calls because they need the paycheck, not because they like it. In fact, 90% of the people they work with, they don't like them. But you have to work. Similarly, for the pleasure of Krishna, if you don't like chanting, you chant. If you don't like prasadam, please eat prasadam. If you don't like fasting, still you fast. If you don't like waking up early, please work. Wake up. Okay? So you understand this concept of bhakti yoga, buddhi yoga, where your interest in the success of whatever you do, or your likes and dislikes, your comforts, everything are secondary. Arjuna didn't want to fight, but he's fighting because Krishna wanted him to. Okay? Now let's move fast. A lot of content to cover. By the way, please stop me if you have any questions. Right? Now, Prabhuji, what if I do this? What will I get? Standard question, right? Right? Whenever we go and tell somebody something, what do they say? इसमें मेरा फायदा क्या है? दुनिया का फाउंडेशन है फायदा. हाँ? इसमें what do I get from this? By doing Krishna consciousness. Bhakti yoga in English, we call it Krishna consciousness. जो कृष्ण के चिंतन में हमारा सेवा करते हैं उसको कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस बोलते हैं. I'll give you another example. जब भोग चढ़ता है फॉर कृष्णा, जब भोग चढ़ता है, when we offer, वो जब तक खाना बन के भोग चढ़ के फिर प्रसाद बनता है, तब तक द पर्सन हु इज कुकिंग कैन नॉट टेस्ट इट. पता है? राइट? माता जी सेवा करती हैं मंदिर में, उनसे पूछिए. ठाकुर जी की किचन में इनफैक्ट मेनी पीपल दे वेयर मास्क ताकि वो सलेवा भोग में नहीं जाए, और बात नहीं करते किचन में, सभी इशारा में दिखाते, कोई बात नहीं करते क्योंकि वो गिर जाए. उतना हेयर नेट पहनना पड़ता है. अभी आप खाना बनाते हो 3,000 लोगों के लिए, 6,000 लोगों के लिए, इतना बड़ा बड़ा बर्तन में बिरयानी बन रहा है, वो बन रहा है. अभी आप यूट्यूब में देखो, रेसिपी देखो, क्या बोलते हैं? नमक टेस्ट कीजिए, नमक बस नहीं है तो नमक थोड़ा डालिए. Have you seen this?
Yes.
नमक स्वाद अनुसार. That means during cooking you have to taste it. अभी मंदिर में कैसे बनेगा 6,000 लोग के लिए खाना? जन्माष्टमी के टाइम में 20-20 हजार के लिए लोग के लिए बनता है शेषाद्रिपुरम खाना. इतना बड़ा खाना बना रहे लेकिन आप टेस्ट नहीं कर सकते, तो हु डू यू डिपेंड ऑन? उनका जो विश्वास है, श्रद्धा है, हमको नहीं मिलेगा. यू आर ऑफरिंग इट till it comes back and you mix it with a prasadam. You don't know whether it has salt, chili, spices, rice cooked, nothing. उसमें श्रद्धा, विश्वास. हम बनाएंगे जो बनाना है, वो कैसे टेस्ट करेगा मेरे हाथ में नहीं है, ठाकुर जी देख लेंगे. दिस इज भक्ति योगा. So many people who trust blindly on the Lord and do things, correct? Okay? So अभी इसका फायदा क्या है? So Krishna says in this endeavor, इस धर्मा में there is no loss or diminution. इसमें हानिकारक कुछ नहीं है कृष्ण सेवा में. और थोड़ा भी आप सेवा करेंगे कृष्ण के लिए, जैसा वो गिलहरी ने किया था रामायण में. हाँ, जटायु ने किया था. जटायु बुढ़ा पक्षी था, उसको रावण के साथ लड़ाई करने का लायक नहीं था, लेकिन वो रावण के साथ मां सीता का सेवा करूंगा मैं बोल के लड़ाई किया. एक पंखा कट गया उनका और गिर गए नीचे. लेकिन जब राम लक्ष्मण आए, हे ठाकुर इस तरह लेके गए हम मां को बोल के छोड़ दिया. लेकिन वो छोटा सेवा के लिए राम और लक्ष्मण उनका अंतिम संस्कार किए. हम सोच रहे हैं ये छोटा सेवा है. We think it is a small thing we are doing, but the Lord knows your sincerity. Everything even you do. जैसे आपने जाके कहीं तुलसी देखा, एक तुलसी का पत्ता लिया, पानी में उसको वॉश किया, फिर ठाकुर जी के चरण में डाल के एक दंडवत प्रणाम किया, ठाकुर जी उसको याद रखते हैं। इसमें कुछ हानिकारक नहीं है, क्यों बोलता हूं मैं। फर्स्ट थिंग, राइट। सॉरी यार, थोड़ा 5-10 मिनट इधर उधर हो गया तो ठीक है ना। हाँ, तो इसमें लॉस नहीं है, क्यों। जैसे आपने प्रभु क्या पढ़ा है आपने, बीकॉम,
बीएससी
बीएससी, आप क्या पढ़े हैं,
बीएससी
बीएससी। आप किस टाइम तक बीएससी बोल सकते हैं।
till we have not done the
नो नो नो, जब राम नाम सत्य होता है, हाँ, तो आप स्टिल बीएससी है।
nursery
मेटीरियल थिंग्स दे आर डन विद दिस लाइफ। आपका जो प्रिटी प्रिटी सलवार है, साड़ी है, जैसा बैंक बैलेंस है, गाड़ी है, सब राम नाम सत्य है। उसके बाद nobody cares your certificate, your bank balance, your stars, shocks, mutual funds, your माँ का दिया हुआ ज्वेलरी, nothing is, death is the ultimate definer of who you are. After that, nothing carries over. Anything material, right? You buy a new BMW car. As soon as it comes out of the showroom, somebody buys it, it is 15,000 lesser than what you bought at the showroom. 3 years down the line, it is half the value of the car. 10 years down the line, people will buy it for 500 rupees. Everything material deteriorates with time, right? So many big buildings now worthless because there's another big building next to it. First they said Al Burj, then they said this, then they said Shanghai. Now, which is the tallest building in the world? We don't know, right? 1990s. This person's name was in everybody's house. His name was Sachin. Now, who remembers him? Now, who is it? विराट, हाँ? धोनी नहीं है, धोनी भी गया, धोनी भी गया। एवरी 10 साल कोई हीरो चेंज होता रहता है, लेकिन हमारी कहानी में हीरो श्री कृष्णा चेंज नहीं होते, ऑलवेज हीरो। सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू गेट इज व्हेन यू डू स्पिरिचुअल एक्टिविटीज, जैसे देखिए आप इस जन्म में 50% कृष्णा के लिए सेवा की, अगला जन्म लेंगे 51% से शुरू होता है, लेकिन आप इस जन्म में 5 करोड़ रखे आप गुजरे हैं, अगले जन्म में कितने में शुरू करते हैं, फिर नर्सरी में बेटा आ बोलो, पिछले जन्म में अल्बर्ट आइंस्टीन रहेगा, अगला जन्म में एनीथिंग मटेरियल विल डिटोरिएट, राइट। इवन सुंदर सुंदर लड़कियां, राइट, नरगिस दत्त, दिस पर्सन दैट पर्सन, हेमा मालिनी, ऐश्वर्या राय भी गई अभी, राइट। ब्यूटी, फेम, मनी, strength, right? One time the most famous boxer was Muhammad Ali, Classius Clay. He died with Parkinson's disease. Everything is perishable, but people still remember Ramanujacharya. People still remember Vedavyasa. People still remember Valmiki. People still remember Kabir Das. People still remember Kanakadasa, Purandaradasa. Because people who are spiritually contributed, their service never goes away. Have you thought about it? Right? So in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. And in material things, only the result is good, your success is validated. Correct? People remember Amitabh Bachchan, but there are probably 100 more Amitabh Bachchans who never made it to the screen. Right? People don't remember them. Only successful people are remembered. Correct? Whereas Krishna is not like that. Krishna remembers everybody and anybody who serves him. So, what is the problem in following this process? That is what Krishna is asking here. Okay, okay, Prabhu. I don't want to follow Prabhu. My happiness is important. All this Krishna consciousness, all this is okay. Hare Krishna, you keep chanting, all that is fine. I want to enjoy Prabhu. But there is a big danger. What is the danger? दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे अगला जन्म में अब मनुष्य रहेगा नहीं रहेगा किसको मालूम who knows in next janma will you be a human being or not Babuji has OCD huh? He could not your husband is it thank you oh your OCD is it yeah see right so in Japanese there is a concept called wabi sabi in Japan which means the beauty in imperfection. So we should be comfortable with imperfection. We always want a closure, right? For anything. अभी मुझे तुरंत जवाब चाहिए. No. आप 2 दिन रुकिए हम बोलेंगे. Then we get impatient, right? That is the nature of material life. We are not able to be patient, right? Okay, now continuing. The danger in this, the Mahato Bayat, the Lord says, the biggest fear is if you do not take a human form of life in the next birth and you do not come in contact with a devotee or you are able to sit in a class like this, then how will you do Krishna Seva? So this human life is a very rare form of birth. Okay? You don't get it easily. So make use of this life, chant the names of the Lord, go home, go back. Because either birth, death, old age, disease. Right? What we keep doing? Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya, Maitunam cha. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. These 4 things are the ones we do. Horses do that, pigs do that, monkeys do that. So, how are we different than them? So, this Janama is meant for something higher. You have faculties, you can speak, you can hear, you can listen, you can understand. Dogs or cats cannot do this. So, this human form of life is Abrupa. ये मनुष्य जन्म सभी को मिलता नहीं है जब मिलता है ठाकुर जी की सेवा में लगाइए यही सभी आचार्य बोल रहे हैं इंस्टेड वी आर सर्विंग आवरसेल्व्स राइट रोलेक्स की घड़ी हाँ ये परफ्यूम वो ये शू वो करना है लेकिन जाते समय सभी को छोड़ के जाना पड़ता है भाई एक भी आइटम आपके साथ नहीं आता इजिप्ट के फेरो थे फेरो दे वर द किंग्स ऑफ इजिप्ट दे ट्राइड दिस दे बिल्ट अ ह्यूज बिल्डिंग कॉल्ड पिरामिड right? And they strap themselves with cloth after a dead. It's called mummy, right? And they kept उनका सारा प्रियतम सामान उनके साथ रख के उनका बरियल किए थे वो सोच रहे थे कि अगला जन्म में लेके जाएंगे इसको अभी क्या 500 साल पहले के बाद हम खोदेंगे तो वही है सामान लाश वही पड़ा हुआ है छोड़ना ही पड़ेगा इधर त्रिशंगु बोल के एक बंदा था मालूम है त्रिशंगु स्वर्ग he said I want to go with this body to heaven. He tried, he could not. Finally, they built another heaven for him. Trishanku Swarga. Very big story, but I'll tell you later. But if you follow the process, the anxiety that I talked about, which leads to the next shloka. How many of you get anxiety? Yes, me too. Right? Anxiety is the mark of non-surrender to the Lord. मेरे वजह से सब कुछ हो रहा है मैं ही कर रहा हूं जो सोचते हैं उनको एंग्जाइटी वही हो जाता है एंग्जाइटी को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं
मैंने बोला
डिप्रेशन है नहीं हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं
घबराना
बेचैन हाँ ओके घबराहट Okay. Yeah. Anxiety is a disease. So many mental health institutes, right? So many people are eating antidepressant pills. Especially now, mental health has become a big part of discussion, right? ऑफिस में भी है ना जो साइकियाट्रिस्ट लोग आते हैं, टेक ए डीप ब्रेथ, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन. क्या बकवास है यार. बट व्हाई डिड योर ग्रेट ग्रैंडमदर नॉट हैव दीस प्रॉब्लम्स? जो गांव में झोपड़ी में रहते थे नदी के किनारे में, जिनके पास दो साड़ी थी और मट्टी का बर्तन, उनको क्यों नहीं हुआ ये सब? अभी हम रहते हैं मकान में, बड़ा बड़ा एसी में रहते हैं, अच्छा कपड़े पहनते हैं, अच्छा अच्छा खाना खाते हैं, क्यों हमको आ रहा है ये सब? कभी सोचे? उनके पास कार नहीं था, गाड़ी नहीं था, गहने नहीं थी, फिर भी क्यों खुशी थे वो? वाई वे दे हैप्पी वेयर्स वी आर नॉट? हैव यू एवर थॉट अबाउट इट? Why was your great grandmother or grandfather much happier than you are when he had only 20% of stuff that you have now?
Maybe because whatever they had, they were happy in that. No more.
They had God consciousness, which you don't have. Have you ever seen your grandmother wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning?
Never.
Huh? Have you seen them have breakfast without taking a bath?
Oh.
Why did they all do this? Are they stupid? कभी भी सो लेंगे यार, कभी भी उठ लेंगे यार, कहाँ भी खा लेंगे यार, क्या भी खा लेंगे यार, हफ्ता में एक बार नहा लेंगे यार, right? I heard somebody who did not was too lazy to wash his underwear. Every time he'll go buy new underwear and come. Such viparita jantus are here, right? It is because they were God con. The moment you are God conscious, मेरे हाथ में कुछ नहीं है. Like Draupadi did, right? Govinda. That if you surrender, you will not have anxiety. जो हो रहा है उनका ये मर्जी. Whatever the Lord wants will happen. It is not in my capacity to worry. Can I change things, anything? Were any of you able to stop Corona? Then why so many people are worried about Corona? So many mental health issues about Corona. Can we do anything about it? Then what's the point of anxious? So people who are completely surrendered to Krishna, you will never see them anxious. One of the greatest guru in ISKCON right now, right? Yesterday we celebrated his Vyasa Puja. His name is Swarina Jayapadak Swami Maharaj. His health is very deteriorated. Okay, he's on a wheelchair, but anytime he gives class, you see him smiling and happy. Not worried about what is going to happen to me, why my body is. No. He's so surrendered to Krishna. Every time he's seeing everybody, he's saying, please chant. And he's smiling. That level of surrender we need. It's not easy. प्रभु कल से मैं surrender हो जाता हूँ. नहीं. It's a gradual process. It's like playing the violin. First time you play, it's horrible. But you play over a period of 3 years, 5 years, then you become an expert. Similarly, Bhakti Yoga is very hard at the first. And you cannot become an overnight, gopi. It takes years and years of practice. But any amount of endeavor you do on this will never be lost. Okay? Moving on to the next shloka, we have to move a little fast. And 5 minutes over already. The next shloka, I'll just read the next shloka. But so it's similar to related to whatever we talked about. व्यवसायात्मिक बुद्धिर एक एक कुरुनंदना बहुसखा ही अनंतश्च बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनाम. Okay. So what does it say? Those who are on this path we talked about, right, are resolute in purpose. Resolute मतलब क्या बोलता है? हाँ? हाँ, दृढ़. हिलना का काम नहीं है. Right? And their aim is one. क्या है aim? क्या भी हो, मैं ठाकुर जी का कमल चरण पकड़ के उनके साथ मैं वैकुंठ चले जाऊंगा. मुझे नहीं होना ये सब कीचड़ इधर. राइट? कुछ नहीं करना मुझे इधर. इधर अभी जन्म लिए हैं, अभी के लिए जो करना है करके हम निकल जाते बस. This is not a place to enjoy. This is a place where you are punished to come here. Okay? The oh beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. Okay. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Okay? It means single focus. Right? Not here. So you see people who do this. Monday, Shivji ka mandir. Tuesday, Wednesday, break. Thursday, Sai Baba. Friday, Mahalakshmi. Right? Saturday, Shani Dev. Right? Sunday, PVR. Huh? Huh? You seen this? कृष्णैक शरणम. मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, सिर्फ कृष्ण. Still devotees are like this in Vrindavan. You go and see them. There are people who do Dandavat Pranikrama of Govardhan Giri. Right? There are people who, प्रभु जी क्या है प्रसाद, पता नहीं है, राधा रानी कहीं से देंगी, देंगी तो हम पाएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं पाएंगे. After 2 hours, somebody will come and give, प्रभु जी आप रोटी खाएंगे? Somebody will come and give. हाँ देखिए राधा रानी लेके आए हैं हमारे. विश्वास, श्रद्धा, इसको महाविश्वास बोलते हैं. That the Lord will protect me. I don't have anything else. Nobody is taking care of me, but only the Lord will protect me. Just like that baby is sleeping in the mother's lap. You see her? Does it fear? What if my mother leaves me here and goes? What if I don't get dinner tonight? Does it have any other fear? My mother will take care of me. That's it. Similarly, why are we not able to trust on Krishna? The Lord will take care of me. ये पढ़ने का घमंड है. पढ़ाई की है ना हमने. हाँ? क्या भगवान, आपका क्या भगवान, भगवान फिर क्यों लोग रो रहे हैं? हाँ? जो आप पत्थर पे जो पिलाते हैं ना दूध, वो गरीब लोग को पिलाओ, क्यों पत्थर पे डाल रहे हो दूध? हाँ? सुना है ये सब? हाँ? That is one set of people who are directly. Then there are people who are like, मेरे को मंदिर जाने का कोई कोई राहत नहीं है, भगवान मेरे मन में ही है, वो मेरा बेटा है. इसको बोलते हैं सहजीय भाव. कल कृष्णा से मैं बात कर रही थी, कृष्णा पूछा कैसे हैं आप, मैंने बोला. It takes so many sadhana to hear the gunguru of the Lord. Only great sadhus in Vrindavan, they are able to hear that. So कल मैं, मेरे को कृष्णा आया सपने में, ये बोला, all that is sahajiya bhav. That is not recommended by Prabhupada. Okay? Now, this Vyavasaya Atmika, Ekeka, right? Ekeha Kuru Nandana, right? Single focus of Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am going to serve him, serve all his devotees, and I am going to chant his name and go back home. This is single focus. Whereas people who are irresolute, they do a little bit of this, little bit of that, ये भी करेंगे, वो भी करेंगे. No. Right? That is not व्यवसायत्मिक बुद्धि ही. So क्या करना है इस प्रोसेस में, व्यवसायत्मिक बुद्धि चाहिए. ओके? व्यवसायत्मिक बुद्धि के लिए क्या चाहिए? पहले श्रद्धा, विश्वास. Right? Even now, there are so many brahmacharis in ISKCON who are well educated, but they have left their jobs to completely come and surrender and serve Krishna. They live in the temple. Very simple life, right? They eat prasadam only twice, morning khichdi, evening rice. Sunday, one day, they give them rasgulla. Otherwise, it is all simple prasadam. They sleep on the floor. They take bath at 3:30 a.m. in cold water. Right? Very, they don't have a lot of money on them because that's what they've left and come, right? So maybe once a month or twice a month they might call their family. but their focus is just Krishna. And they have complete faith that the Lord will take care of me and my family. That faith to get is not easy. Quickly, I'll cover. There are 6 principles of Krishna, surrender to Krishna. Please write it down, those who are taking notes. 6 principles, and this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? First one is called Anukulyasya Sankalpaha, right? I will do only those things which is favorable for my devotional service. For example, I'll throw away my TV. That is not favorable for me. I'll cut out friends who are not interested in spirituality, right? I'll cut out unwanted communications. I'll uninstall Facebook from my phone. These are all Anukulyasya Sankalpaha, right? Pratikulyasya Varjanam, right? Right? This is also right. First thing, I'll do things which are favorable. Second thing, I'll avoid things which are not favorable. Avoid things which are not. If friends call, hey, maga, baro, sankala, jali matana, say sorry. मुझे भगवत गीता ओदಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಬರಲ್ಲ मेरे को भगवत गीता पढ़ना है मैं आपके साथ गंदा काम करने के लिए नहीं आएगा right then third one very very important रक्षिष्यति विश्वासो please repeat everybody रक्षिष्यति is विश्वासो right Krishna is my protector and I completely surrender to it. Whatever happens, Krishna completely will take care of me. Right? Krishna says, right? Sarva papibhyo mokshishyami ma suchaha. He says, do not worry, I'll take care of you. Right? Tesham nityadi yuktanam yogakshemam mahamyam. I will take care of you and yours. So, rakshishyati vishwasa. This is the shraddha that the Lord will take care of me. Then the fourth one is Gopitrave Varnam Tata. Right? Krishna will also maintain me. Right? Not only protect me, but maintain me. Right? He's like my father or mother or husband. That is what this one says. The next one is Atma Nikshepa Karpanye. Karpanye means humility. So I have to develop service attitude and humility towards others. So this is Satvida Saranagatihi. So either this is very important. Sat Rakshishyati iti Vishwaso. Bhagavan will take care of me. Right? Oh, I know what you're thinking. You go and do some nonsense work. Right? But then now you're scared. Then, oh, Krishna will take care of me. No. You follow the rules, what Krishna has told you, then Krishna will take care of you. You go and do nonsense work and then say Krishna will take care of me. How? Right? Okay? So, Prabhuji, how do I develop this Shraddha? Anybody? How do you develop this Shraddha? The audience has been very silent today. Usually it's very interactive here. How do I develop this Shraddha? Any thoughts? Shravanam Kirtanam, associate. Anybody else? Mataji side. Sadhu Sangha. Very good. Huh. Nobody is saying the magical thing. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Surrender to a spiritual master. You cannot invite Shraddha on your own. Unless you surrender to a spiritual master, serve him and get instructions, this Shraddha is contagious. When you associate, he said associate. You associate, but it should be with people with higher Shraddha. If you go and associate on 27th May, what will I get? So associate with pure devotees. This Shraddha can be imparted to you by a person who has seen the truth. Jnaninas Tattva Darshinaha. So the spiritual master is the person, the guru is the person who can give you this Shraddha. Shraddhavan Jana hai, Shraddhavan Jana hai. Nadiya Gudru mein, right? That's Kirtan by Bhakti Thakur. This, without this Shraddha, nothing will work. For example, all of us are ready to believe Albert Einstein, right? Somebody comes and tells you Albert Einstein, one scientist, he developed all these formulas, this thing. Then you say, okay, I will also read this. When you have faith on Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, and all these people, why don't you have faith on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shankaracharya and Madhvacharya? We are able to place our faith on other things, but not on this, on our spiritual acharyas. We are able to place our faith on mutual funds, stock market, right? But we won't place our faith on Krishna. How sad is this? Prabhuji, can you show some miracle that Krishna has done? Then I will believe Krishna. Prabhuji, you are still breathing. That itself is a miracle, right? We all woke up today morning, right? It's a miracle or not?
Yes.
We all had lunch. It's a bigger miracle, correct? We all have a place to sleep tonight. Is that a miracle or not? When my first daughter was born, went and told my spiritual master, Maharaj, I had a baby girl. It is a normal delivery. I told him. He's an American, right? I told him. No. Then you know what he said? You mean it's a miracle, right? That's what he said. We think it's a normal delivery, but it's a miracle of the Lord. How does the baby know how to latch onto the nipples and suck milk? Who taught that? Did it go through some course? Those who with babies, you can understand Krishna much more, right? The first time, if you move your finger and the baby will hold like this, that feeling, right? How does it know how to hold? So in Bhagavatam it is explained, this is called Vasana. When the soul is being born, Krishna gives it enough knowledge for him to survive. The snakes born immediately know how to bite. The fish born immediately know how to swim. You don't need special training class. If you see baby when they are 1 or 2 years old, they'll bite everything. Everything they'll bite. Because that is the way of understanding how things work. All this is given by Krishna. And we say, where is God? Okay? So my wife's gynecologist said, you don't have to tell me about God. I am in the labor room every day. I know there is a God. People who are cardiologists and people who are gynecologists, they will know there is a God. Correct? Even the person who doesn't have faith, he'll be like in front of the IC, he'll be praying. Krishna. This faith should be every day with us, especially Mataji is going alone at night. You're not alone. We sang Narsing Aarti, right? Narsing Dev is coming with you. And Prabhuji, who are worried about your portfolio, your retirement, your layoff, right? No, nothing will come. Nahi nahi rakshati dukran karane. Vajagovindam Mudamate. Shankaracharya. Vajagovindam. Right? So I'll finish with that. Satsangatve nitsangatvam nitsangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivana muktihi. This is given by Adi Shankaracharya, and finally he says all this Sanskrit and your MSc and BSc PhD is not going to help. Bhaja Govindam Modamate. Nahi nahi rakshati dukran karane. Bhaja Govindam Modamate. Okay, I'll stop right there. I think I've explained enough. We had some good discussion today. So any questions you can always ask or you can always. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any questions or we can close right there? Thank you for being so patient. Anybody go ahead. Any questions, comments? हाँ बोलिए माताजी.
Uh, sometimes we see a person in front of us doing wrong.
हाँ.
or negative thing every time, and nothing happening to that person.
हाँ,
But sometimes, like inside me, it tells, उसको सबक सिखा दो, कुछ कर दो उसका. So is it Krishna telling to us, or we should be quiet and believe on God that God will punish that person?
okay. It's a very loaded question. So let's analyze one by one. Why do good things happen to bad people? You seen that? Why do good things happen to bad people? I'll tell you a story. There was a murderer who was supposed to be hanged. Hanged. So the police was taking him in a jeep, right? Going somewhere to the jail, and after 1 month he was supposed to be hanged. In the middle, the jeep met with an accident. The two police died. This murderer was behosh, unconscious. Okay. Then they got informed. Then the ambulance came, took this murderer. The two other police were dead. They took him. They put this murderer in a hospital. 3 दिन के लिए बेहोश था बंदा, right? Then finally they gave him treatment. Everything is fine. Then 3 days later, two police came and caught him and said, "Let's go to jail." This guy is like, "Sir, what did I do? I just woke up. Suddenly you're taking me to jail. What up? This is our current birth. We were a murderer in our previous Janma, right? We woke up now, and when bad things are happening, oh Ishvara, and why all these things are happening to me? Because you were a murderer in your previous Janma." Similarly, if I'm a nice guy in the previous Janma, even though I'm a nonsense right now, good things are happening to me. But eventually they have to pay the price. The politicians, everybody who are doing nonsense right now, they will have to pay the price. Karma will not allow anybody. Okay? So this is point number one question. So that is why you see he is doing bad, but good things are happening. Right? Second question. I want to teach him a lesson. I want to correct him. I think we've discussed this before. Is it your duty to correct him? We just now talked about Vivasayika Buddhi, right? If it is your son or daughter, yes, you have to correct him. Husband to an extent. Okay. But if it's somebody on the strange road, are you the police?
No.
Then if you go and correct him, you'll invite trouble. It's not going to work out good for you. So is it your duty to correct him? Are you an authority to correct him? It is in your vested interest to correct him. Otherwise, don't correct. The Lord will take care. Okay? All right. Any other questions? हाँ बोलिए मतलब.
So, I there is a question which is related to today's shloka.
हाँ बोलिए.
So, there's a person who has surrendered to Lord of the completely.
Okay.
Now, there is no anxiety about future.
Correct.
Person would whatever comes.
Correct.
My Krishna will take care of it.
Yes. Yes.
Now, this person is also very human being.
Yes.
So, there are some decisions that need to be taken.
Correct.
When decision has to be taken, there are multiple options A, B, C, D. Some key option which God might have decided, and the person doesn't even know.
Okay.
The person is not even aware. In this situation, how does a person take a decision?
Very good question. Very good question. So, if I'm surrendered to Krishna, how will I know what I've taken is my decision or Krishna's decision? Correct? That is the question. First thing, whenever you take the decision, it has to be in alignment with the first one. Anukulyasa sankalpaha. For example, if I need to go to a movie tonight, should I? That's my decision. Should I go to a movie or not? What do you think?
Should not, or if it's a great lesson, provide.
So Anukulyasya Sankalpa, this does not feed into my ultimate goal of serving Krishna, I will not do it. Then you know it is Krishna that you are aligned. Second thing, if I don't know what to do, you consult with the Shastras. What does the Shastra recommend? Right? Third one, if Shastra doesn't recommend you, talk to the senior Vaishnavas. They don't tell you, then fourth one, go to the Guru. Guru will tell you the decision is already there. All you have to do is you need to have the mindset to accept it. So chant Hare Krishna. That's what Guru will say. So after some time, if you leave it like that, the decision will become evident, and that is Krishna telling you. Right? So always be in alignment with Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Then you are in alignment with Krishna. Okay? Yes.
Let's say if they are, these are critical decisions, the four-step process you mentioned would definitely give a person an answer. Let's say it's a very small thing now that we are all adults.
Huh.
Friend who has just come is 12.
Huh.
They are deciding for a career.
Huh.
The people who are experienced in some career, they would be telling the practicalities and maybe you could go there. There would be parents, they have a dream that my daughter should be a doctor or engineer. They would be forcing the kid to go in BSc or medical or engineering. Then there would be some dreams that the person themselves have.
Correct.
There is some fourth option that Krishna might have decided for that person. Now, as a student,
Yeah.
person surrendered. But how does this person take a decision?
Okay. So when it comes to career, right? Do you want to have a 16-hour working software in Belandur kind of job? Right? Then that is going to reduce your time for Krishna consciousness. High stress. For example, you want to become a cardiac surgeon, then there is no time left for bhakti. Right? Again, anukulyasya sankalpaha. So, what profession can I have which satisfies my interest as well as give me time to serve Krishna? That should be your decision maker. Right? Oh, not like, I read in some Google and currently the hottest trend is this, so I want to take it. No. Correct? But it's good to talk to the experts, but also consult with the senior Vaishnavas and the Guru. Right? You go and tell Maharaj, this is what I have, but Guru will know you in and out. He'll say, for your qualities, this is the right thing. Go ahead. Okay? But then it might not be the decision you like. Right? Always we have something in mind, but we want to run it by others. Make sure they confirm your decision. That should not happen. Okay? All right. Anybody else? Any questions? Yes, Prabhu.
It was the duty of Arjun not to fight.
Huh.
But this happened when it was decided that fighting is compulsory.
Correct.
There may be some situation where, suppose I am on the place of Arjuna. I understand that this fighting is itself is wrong. Like you told that fighting is for defense, but my being want to fight to invade some like that. If I understand that fighting is wrong, still my duty is to fight.
No, so they tried all these options before the Mahabharata war.
Here to be very clear.
No. Krishna went as a peace messenger to Duryodhana. There is a temple in Tamil Nadu called Pandava Dudu Perumal. Krishna went as a messenger to Duryodhana saying, hey, why don't you give them some land? Let us call this fight off. Because it was a very, very bloody battle, right? 18 days, 65 million people. Right? It's the goriest of everything. Krishna said, let's avoid this. Just give them some land. We'll call it off. Then Krishna, what did he do? He had some assassins to kill. Sorry, Duryodhana had some assassins to kill Krishna there. So they tried all these peace talks. Then for Kshatriya, death before dishonor. Why would I get dishonored and leave this kingdom and go live as a beggar somewhere, whereas I can fight for which I've trained my life? I want to fight and establish dharma. So once you come to the battlefield, then there is no turning back. That is not Kshatriya Lakshana. Okay? So that is why what he's saying is correct. I want to be a liberal. I don't want to fight. I want to be a peace guy. But they tried all these options. Finally, it came to the fight. But internally, the reason is Krishna wanted this fight to happen because he wanted this book to be released called the Bhagavad Gita. If the fight didn't happen, what will we be discussing today? Correct? Okay. Anything else? Yes, Prabhu.
Probably, there are two things which basically haunt everyone. One is big complaint
Huh.
Second one is non-acceptance.
Non-acceptance. Okay.
So when you said six things, Anupriya and Sankalpa, how does how do both of these things are factored in that? Because unless we accept and unless we stop complaining, we cannot focus on Krishna, isn't it true? This
How do I stop complaining? That is the question. So in church terms, they say count your blessings, right? Like I said, you saw in West Bengal today, 3 people died, hundreds of people injured, right? You saw the earthquake in Burma, right? So are we comfortable or not? Yes? Maybe you don't have Italian shoes or a Ferrari. That doesn't mean we complain, correct? There are people who are struggling for one plate meal, even now in India. Do you know that? One plate meal, people are struggling. There are people who are struggling to have love, family. There are people who are not able to buy clothes. Even now, if you have more than 50,000 rupees in your bank account per month, you are the top 20% of India's cream income. Do you know that? What do you think people from so many states come to Bangalore for working? Because it's so bad there. So, again, the best way to not complain is to count your blessings. Or go to the pediatric cancer ward in Nimhans. Pediatric cancer ward in Nimhans. One day you come, go and come, then throughout your life you'll never complain. That is a very hard way to get the complaint out of you. For now, count your blessings. Right? It's a very miserable thing. Right? So, what I'm saying is, there is no end to complaint. Either you can count your blessings or die complaining. Okay? So, first thing, a person who surrendered to Krishna never complains. Whatever I have is what Krishna has given, and it is more than sufficient than what I deserve. Right? In the second chapter, there is a devotee always thinks, I don't deserve this, but the Lord, due to His mercy, has given me. Again, when the devotee goes through misery, the devotee thinks, I deserve much more misery, but Lord, due to His costless mercy, has reduced it so little. Right? So these are the two ways to avoid complaint. The second one, acceptance. Who are you expecting acceptance from? It should, like I told her, should be people who matter to you. Right? Do I wear designer clothes on the road so that others can say, wow? That is stupid, correct? Right? So the only person that matters to you is your Guru, spouse, and Krishna. Spouse never happens from all. Okay? Right? Even Paramashiva and Parvati are fighting. Okay? Only thing matters is Krishna. And Krishna has a very low judgment. He accepts everybody. Monkey, crocodile, elephant, eagle, squirrel, everybody is his devotee. So with Krishna, you don't have to see whether I am worth it. He says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, leave everything and come to me. I will make sure all your sins are moksha ishyami. All your sins are liberated. I will protect you. Do not fear. So your acceptance, the Lord always accepts you. In fact, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his close associate Sri Nityananda Prabhu, when they came, there's a story, very famous story. Next time I'll tell you, Jagai and Madai, two very bad rowdies, drunkards. The Lord Nityananda went to give them the Krishna Prema. So that is the Lord. The Lord is very merciful. All you have to show is intent and faith. Then the Lord will automatically beta aja. He doesn't judge you. Right? पिछले हफ्ते आपने क्या किया वो दरवाजा खोल के रखा मेरे he doesn't bring up the past and he says my dear son forget everything now you're ready come that's it all the great disciples of Srila Prabhupada were all hippies drug addicts right what we call as, Kichad Gelo in India, Prabhupada accepted them, made them into first class disciples. They are all spiritual masters now. So when Krishna doesn't judge you, he accepts you as you are. Okay? Any other questions we'll do after?
One small question.
Boliye. Yes.
Other than human,
Ah.
any other animal having small bit of Krishna consciousness?
So in the Shastras, it is said that all these great, so Gajendra, right, and Garuda, Hanuman, right, all these are animals who are devotees of the Lord. But there are many stories we've heard, right? One crocodile always come to a temple in Vishnu temple in Kerala, and they always offer rice to the crocodile. The crocodile is vegetarian.
Yes.
And we have seen there is one temple in Andhra where they read Ramayana, every time a monkey comes and sits there.
One cow also.
Cow does that. There is a cow always used to go and waste its milk in some gadda, and then when they opened the gadda, there was a shivling there. So we've seen all this, right? But the Shastras say you don't have to be a human to be a devotee, right? Great elevated devotees, right? Vibhishana was a Rakshasa. Prahlad Maharaj is a Rakshasa, right? So we have so many examples. So you don't have to be, oh, Mereko. Doesn't matter if you're from Andaman or Bihar or Nepal or, wherever, right? Eastern Europe, I am from Armenia, South America, doesn't matter. Krishna doesn't judge you. All you have to do is pure love and sincerity, Shraddhavan. Okay? Anything else? Any other questions? Maybe one time we should have just an open house for both. Let them ask questions. Let them discuss. Next week. Okay. So hope this was helpful. Okay. Right. Sorry I took a little longer. But any questions, anything like that, post the class, we can discuss
During Prasad.
during Prashad.